what happens in Bangkok doesn't, in fact, stay in Bangkok. Rather, it leaves a harrowing scar on your soul, haunting you till the end of your days, a true story. Now, I don't know if this qualifies as erotica, but you guys be the judge. Okay, here we go. I was a go-go virgin. Thank you. I'd never been to a strip club, not once, not anywhere. And there I was, my last night in Bangkok. And Lonely Planet was telling me that a de rigueur part of the Thailand experience is a night in Patpong, Bangkok's go-go club district, the strip club strip, the most storied red light district in the East, if not the world. I wanted to go, and I didn't want to go. I had a queasy curiosity. If I was gonna do it, however, I needed male support. Someone to go with, but I was traveling alone. So I just pulled some guy, literally, off the street. He had an Italian flag on his knapsack. He hadn't shaved in a few days. He was in his late 20s. He was alone. He was male. I saw you yesterday, remember? It was me, yes? Yes, it was you. What are you doing tonight? I go buy running clothing for my girlfriend now, yes? Okay. After that, we're going to a sex club. Okay. And that's how I met Marcos. The tuk-tuk driver dropped us off in a sea of neon. In seconds, several touts were up in our faces, all shouting the same thing. Girl, boy, massaji, dancing, best sex show, no cover. That's my Thai accent. To escape the touts, who would continue to insist that the last show tonight start right now for the next 4 hours, we turned into an alley only slightly smoldering in neon. I looked around. The nearby neon said, boys, 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 which was fine with me, because it was the girly sex show thing that I was worried about. And anyhow, the boys, boys, boys who had begun to come up to us, with their antelope waists, spiky black hair, and coquettish smiles, were like little gay Tinkerbells. Sweet leprechauns of gay boyness. And they were taking us by the hand to see a live anal intercourse trapeze show. I was comfortable with these boys. After all, I had no goals. They had no shame. They were charming, so was I. And since they were guys, they couldn't be hurt or exploited. Right? Yes, okay, so, but, as Marcos reminded me, that's not the why we came, yeah? Yes, okay, we had to leave these boys. I accepted that. We had to step out of our comfort zone there at the live anal intercourse trapeze act and go see girls do weird things to each other and try not to feel too weird about it. And they weren't hard to find. In fact, we were handed a menu. Within moments of entering the next alley, 3 sketchy Thai guys were up in our faces, each jabbing his finger at a badly Xerox laminated piece of A4 sized paper. On the menu, Pussy Soapy Water Show. Pussy Unscrew Bottle Show. Razor Blade in Pussy Show. Ben Affleck is a Pussy Show. Pussy Throw Dart Show. No Break Egg in Pussy Show. Line after line of these kind of offerings. Okay, there was no Ben Affleck is a Pussy Show. I made that one up. But I swear, all the others were there. And we weren't quite ready for it. But hoping to find our courage, we grabbed a beer. First off, I'd never been to a sex club, and I was worried about simply not knowing the rules. Not only would I feel out of my skin, uncomfortable in a half-empty, sleazy club with sad-faced, naked girls going through the motions, but by some ill-timed nod, or by choosing the wrong bathroom door, I'd end up saying yes to some come-on without meaning to, and be led forcefully to a back room where a bored, HIV-positive 14-year-old would give me the blowjob of my life. That was sex club nightmare scenario number 1. In scenario number 2, I get stuck at the front center table. An uber-libidinal Thai sex goddess would finish her stage show, slink her way over to my table, slide herself onto me, and work all of her charms. Every eye in the place would be on me. I'd laugh nervously and squirm inside, my hands not knowing where to go. I'd feel wrong to the bone. Another man's wet dream, maybe, but my sex club nightmare. You can handle it, I told myself. All of it. whatever turns it took, if you just think of it as a particularly twisted and exploitative kind of performance art. Hell, I'm from New York. If Vampire Lesbians of Sodom could play to great acclaim at the Provincetown Theater on McDougal Street for 3 years, then Pussy Unscrew Bottle could easily be at PS 122 for a 2-week run. And 3 beers later, it seemed like a good plan. Our courage was up. We headed out. Well, still drinking beer for courage, you know? Okay. The third alley was girls, girls, girls everywhere. That's capital G with an exclamation point. Okay. And halfway down the block, we let 2 of them lead us inside. Of course, the place was half empty, and they put us at the center table right in front of the stage. 6 girls were dancing, their moves out of step and barely choreographed, to a track of trashy Thai pop music. There was a bank of scuffed-up lockers to the left of the stage. The place was blacklit with a scattering of kitschy pink, green, and phospho wall art. The girls themselves, however, with their long black hair, perfectly turned cheekbones, and feather-brown skin, were beautiful. Except for bikini bottoms and lime green phospho stars on their nipples, they were naked, and they were young. I don't know how young, 17 to 20 maybe. Maybe 1 or 2 of them were as young as 16. I was hoping none were younger. There are over 300,000 prostitutes in Thailand. Many are, quote-unquote, recruited at a tender age from the poor rural families in Thailand's northeast provinces. From its early roots, when upper-class married Thai men routinely had several kept women on hand, Bangkok's sex industry had mushroomed in the 60s to service Vietnam-era GIs. Now, 1 out of every 30 young Thai women works in the industry. All this was on my mind as I watched the lovely phospho green stars bounce up and down to the beat of Thai techno-pop. What else would they be doing if not this, I wondered? What did their parents let themselves imagine? But as far as the club was concerned, it was business as usual. And in a strange way, I also felt as if I'd been there before. Minus a few details, I recognized the scene from countless movies. I just didn't know yet whether I was in an obscure art film or a B-grade porno straight-to-video deal. It was weird, it was fucked up, it was a turn-on. Of course it was fucked up. Of course it was a turn-on. I had clothes on, they were nearly naked. They were dancing, I was watching. I had money, they were basically for sale. I knew it was kind of fucked up, but I really liked watching those lime green phospho stars bounce around. I liked it so much that I had one of those momentous stoner-like thoughts, capital T. And in this thought, I understood the life of the rock star. I understood prostitution, belly dancing, polygamy, porn, and long track shots of women bouncing up and down on trampolines. I understood the gaze. I understood with utter certainty of someone very stoned, even though I wasn't, that sex was about power and power was about sex. I understood that all hierarchy, all social status, all wealth and rank and privilege throughout all of human history was basically about how ugly old farts could still get laid. Or at least command sex, or at least command the social emblems of sex. I understood the harem. I understood the sheer world-conquering feeling of having 400 of the empire's loveliest in your very own personal stables, and I understood why you'd have them brought out before you to dance. What I didn't understand was why you'd have them dance to bad Thai pop music. As with most great stoner thoughts, whose utter certainties revert to hazy speculations once you come down, I re-entered the here and now with a thud. "Have beer, buy me beer," said one of the girls, who, in an audacious fourth-wall busting move worthy of Brecht himself, had just sat down next to me. She wanted us to buy ourselves a beer, and then buy her a beer, and then, all beer aside, just give her money. Like for free, like for being pretty, or something. In spite of her very excellent lime green phospho stars, I didn't really care for this girl. In fact, I didn't like her at all. She was pushy and petulant and beautiful, and she was slipping her hand onto my inner thigh.